To reclaim her kingdom from the foes, the Red Dragon of Greed sought the aid of a shadowy force, the dark mist that haunted in the forest. The Red Dragon breathed the fire of death, while the dark mist herded their foes into the blazing flames. Thus, the battle was won, and the kingdom was hers. The thorn-choked fields began to stir with life once again. Yet the deadly fire still crept across the land. The fields withered, the living faltered. The newborn perished before they could bloom, while the passing lingered, bound to this land. The Red Dragon would not abide the death going unrestrained. Her wish was firm. Life to life, death to death. Resolute in her purpose, she sought to cease the spreading fire. As Samhain drew near, she gathered those touched by the tainted flames into her lair. Once there was a red dragon of pride, who snubbed all companions, talking only to herself in the mirror from time to time. Once, at Samhain, she was to host a grand banquet, and her mirrored self was to help. But the two could not appear together before the guests, or the reflection would perish. The reflection had no choice but to obey the dragon's will. She went and fetched the wakeman for the banquet. The wakeman rejected their invitation and told the reflection to desert. Still, the reflection returned to the lair on her own, only to find the banquet had already begun. The reflection hurried to hide in darkness beyond the bonfire. As the banquet went on, the guests somehow began to vanish, one by one. And the Red Dragon found and dragged her mirrored self out of the darkness, forcing the reflection to dance with her. The two kept dancing, so relentlessly that the reflection could not feel her toes. She asked for a little rest, but the Red Dragon was never satisfied. There was a mother who once ruled a kingdom, until her crown and her family were taken by her foes. The mother had a powerful daughter, who then made a pact with the dark mist in the dark woods to drive out their foes. The daughter reclaimed the kingdom for her mother, returning the promised peace to the dark mist. The mother was to host a grand coronation for her daughter, but the daughter died, mysteriously, right before the event. Tremendous woe and then rage engulfed the mother. Her zeal to avenge her daughter was so fierce that the entire kingdom was scorched by her vengeful fire, until that fury disturbed the dark mist, who had just returned to its resting peace. The dark mist demanded that the mother cease, or she would be dragged into the darkness. But in her grief, the mother remained convinced that the dark mist was the one who had taken her daughter. A desperate battle was then inevitable. The mother determined to risk her life.